everyone, and welcome to another edition of Coast Connections. We're also very lucky to be spending time here on the island, but most of us live our lives on the water with the oceans, the lakes, the rivers that we have in this tremendously beautiful place. But things can go very badly very quickly. And one time, you're having the time of your life on board, and the next thing you could be struggling for your life. Boating season's coming up, and here to help us stay safe throughout boating season, we have the Nanaimo Marine Rescue Society. Welcome, Debbie Thomson.
Thank you. Great
Very nice to
here.
have you here. You're the president of the Nanaimo Marine Rescue Society.
Yes, I am.
And also the community...
SAR prevention, so boating
Prevention.
safety and prevention of search and rescue problems on the water.
Very good. And Joanne Swain, welcome.
Thank you.
You're the treasurer as well.
Yes.
Yes. So the Royal Canadian Marine Search and Rescue does a wonderful job at rescuing people, and you ladies in the force behind are in the prevention field. So we're going to talk about mostly today is the prevention. But I just want to let our viewers know that the Nanaimo SAR station, number 27, is one of 37 along the coast from Vancouver to Prince Rupert. And this is the most active one. You had what, how many call-outs last year,
72 taskings last year. Taskings is what we call it. And that was down from the previous year of 95.
That's a good trend.
Yeah.
Trending downward.
Means that SAR prevention is working perhaps,
Yes.
and people are understanding what they can do to help save lives and keep themselves out of trouble. But very busy station, especially in the summer months.
And there's a force of 1,100 volunteers at those 37 stations along the coast. So congratulations, ladies, for being part of that force.
Yes, we have, is it 48 active crew? The people that go out on the rescues and make sure people are all okay.
Wonderful. That's tremendous. So let's talk about the people that go into the schools to educate the children who educate the parents.
That's
So-
our hope, isn't it,
Yes,
Joanne?
our goal is to have the children save their parents' life.
Exactly. And what's one of the most important things, Joanne, that a parent can do for their child that's aboard a boat?
They want to keep them, every parent wants to have their child safe. But what happens if something happens to the parent?
Yes.
What does the child do? And when we're in the classroom, the children are desperate to know what they can do because it scares them. So we talk them through all the safety equipment. Debbie will show them all the equipment that they should have on the boat and the life jackets, and we have them try them on, fit them so they know how to make sure that it fits properly and what they can look for.
So what should a person look for in a flotation device? Kids don't float. That's one of your taglines that you have for your education programs. So let's just show viewers one of these life jackets that they can...
Okay, so this is a child's life jacket. This is for a young child, 20 to 30 pounds. Usually they're walking at about this stage. And every one of the life jackets in Canada that's approved has a Transport Canada logo. So you need to check for that. Most countries in the world internationally have their own approval system and different standards. So you don't want one from a country with a lesser standard. And they need, for a child, they should have a crotch strap. This is probably one of the most critical factors because it keeps the life jacket from going over the child's head. And there's a zipper or a variety of snaps in the front. It should fit the child snugly, but you can have some space here up to 3 fingers, so you can lift it up a bit. And when they do put it on, the crotch strap does not need to be tight.
Right.
You want your child to wear this, and you want to have the crotch strap done up. And if it's tight, they will hate it.
Yes.
So let it be loose because it's going to do its job even when it's loose, and keep it from being pulled over the child's head. So that's it there. They need to be in good condition, good flotation, no ripped seams, no broken buckles, a good handheld holder. The other critical factor is color. And just hold that one up still. A lot of the life jackets today are reds, they're yellows, they're oranges, but they're also the fashion life jackets for young children. And this one, although it's great fun for playing in when you're at the beach or in a pool, in the ocean, it doesn't show up. So if your child falls in off a boat or is floating and for something has happened and they're in the water, you will struggle to find them in a blue life jacket. And we really
See them in this.
encourage people not to purchase the blue ones. And it's what the kids want, yes, but you want your child alive. So get something similar in a bright color. If you have one of these, what we suggest to people is that they put reflective strips on the top, because the life jacket will float this way, and if the strips are here, flashlights and things will catch it.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and so it's a simple add-on, because you don't want to go out and spend the money on a new one necessarily, but if you put the reflective strips, it does the job.
I'm just going to show viewers too the one that we have that you brought in for infants and babies, because people often have those aboard. So there is one that
Yeah, this is for children up to 20 pounds. So it's for those infants. And a lot of parents wonder, you know, should we just be holding the baby in our arms? Well, if something happens and you end up in the water, even if you have a life jacket on, swimming, holding onto your infant, keeping their face up in the water, if they don't have a life jacket on, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
So all the marine stores are now starting to sell infant life jackets. Unfortunately, Transport Canada is still working on the approval process. But I do know from personal experience that they work well. We tested that one on our 4-month-old grandson, and we rolled him down and he flipped right back over, and he lay there all day and it happy as could be. So they're great, and I would very much recommend them.
Very good. Now, before getting into the boat, I know that the SAR staff, you folks, do the boat checks, the free boat checks.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that. How
Show them the kit up there that they'll
Yes.
just
Joanne, if you
tell
can
them.
just bring
We
that
have
one
a
down.
kit that we have. If you wanted to show that one, and these also. It's boating safety kit. The lid has a reflector, so you can catch the sun.
Yep.
A flashlight that sometimes just doing this will alert. It is a floating rope that you can toss and it will float, and a whistle. So the whistle does not have a pea in it. The peas will get wet and swell up, so this is a pealess whistle.
So if you have an older boat, or you're using whistles or equipment from your parents or your
Right.
grandparents, which many of us do, they check your whistles. They won't work if they have a pea in them.
And this is a bailer.
Aha.
So you can scoop the water out if
Yeah.
you need to. So this little safety kit we will give to people who are wanting a safety check of their vessel.
Yeah. So we do about a 10-15 minute safety check. What we do is we ask you to show us your life jackets, your basic Transport Canada safety equipment, the rope that you throw, the whistle, the flashlight, the flares, your anchor, the basic stuff that most people have to have on their boat. And we will give you a safety kit for completing the inspection.
Very nice. And viewers can just go onto your website that we have on the screen to book an appointment.
Sure.
Or are you down on the docks at
Yeah.
festivals and events that are coming up as well?
Yes,
that
and
you
we
could-
will be going out, we'll be doing them at the Brecon Boat Launch, and we'll be going over to Mark Bay and talking to people over there that are, you know, locals and visitors, and checking their boats and things. So we'll be doing that this summer.
We'll do a campaign. And a lot of people are apprehensive. They think we're a police force.
Right.
We are
yes.
not.
Yeah.
We
This isn't
recommend, we
punitive.
suggest.
Yeah. Joanne, what are some of the things, the most glaring errors you've seen when you've done a safety check?
Old equipment.
Okay.
Yeah, they think, oh, it's fine. It may have been fine 10 years ago, but it's not fine now.
So
Salt water is very
Outdated flares.
corrosive.
outdated flares.
Yeah.
People are always shocked. Oh, well, I just bought those. No.
Yeah, time flies. We lose track of time,
Right,
don't we?
right.
Outdated and old fire extinguishers, or not enough.
Yeah.
You need one fire extinguisher if you have an engine, and a second fire extinguisher if you have a stove.
Good
so
point.
if you're cooking on your boat or you have a barbecue,
Yeah.
you need a second one that's designated and close to that. The other one should be close to the engine compartment.
And every 6 months, when the clocks change, just take it and just gently roll it. Because there's a powder that settles, and the powder gets very hard. So you just gently stir it, and it should be fine for the next 6 months.
And after it's been used, Does that need to be disposed of, or can that be refilled?
Depends on the quality that
Okay.
you purchased. This is a less expensive one, and it cannot be recharged.
Okay.
If you spend the money and get a better one, then you can take it in. There is a place in town, you can find it online, and they will recharge them.
Very good. I mean, how much is safety worth, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's good to have them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you have the whistles. You've got in the kit there that you give the kids at the schools. Just show us that, because I think you've got a waterproof card in there.
Yes,
We have a boating safety card.
boating safety card that describes the Mayday, Pan, and just how to call for help.
So how do we call for help?
Couple of different ways. You can use your VHF radio. We have a sample one there. And go to channel 16. And it's just like a walkie-talkie. You press the button on the side and you start to talk. And, you know, there is a formal process, but if you're in trouble,
Yeah.
you just say what you need to say. The Joint Rescue Control Center in Victoria will come online. They'll ask you what the problem is, where you are, how many people on board, what's happened, what kind of help do you need. And then they will either call us to come out, or they will go on the radio and call and see if anyone's in the neighborhood that can give you immediate help. We take about 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes to get in.
That's a tremendously quick response
Yeah.
time. Wow.
It is.
Wow.
Another way, of course, is to use your cell phone. And
That's why this is
not everybody has a waterproof case, so we recommend that you put it in a Ziploc bag. And
Trusty.
it's amazing how well your cell phone works through a Ziploc
Yeah.
bag.
Yep.
And
Quick, easy, very inexpensive little safety
it's
tip.
it's the cheap way of
Yeah.
putting a cover on your phone.
Could
and
make
it
a
works just
huge
fine.
difference.
And you can easily turn it on and use it. So on the phone, you can call star or pound 16,
Okay.
16. So 16, channel 16 on the radio, star or pound 16 on your cell phone takes you straight to Rescue Control Center.
The magic number 16.
Yes.
Very good.
That's right.
And I understand that there's a new app as well.
Yes, there is.
That will be full of all kinds of different features.
Yeah, and this app was designed to give people all sorts of safety equipment and information so it's called Safe Boating. There are two. One is for the SAR cruise, and it's a larger site. This is a smaller one, easy to download, and it's called Safe Boating. And it gives you choices to plan, where you can go on and get your currents, your tides, your weather, where you can find out what kind of equipment your boat needs, all sorts of safety information, pre-boating information. There's even a cute little app that allows you to calculate how long it's going to take you to get to any specific spot.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, so like I put in that my sailboat travels at good speed of 5.3 knots.
Yes.
Because it is a sailboat, and if we were going 15 nautical miles, it told me immediately that it'd take 169 minutes and 81 seconds at that speed to get to wherever I was going.
Wow.
So it's kind of interesting and kind of fun. And so it calculates that. And you can do that. You can also get all your currents. You can go for, the VHF radio channels. So you hear people talking. Where are they? Why are they talking? If I want to talk to my friend, which channel can I use without interfering with public safety? What all the markers and the buoys mean, all that kind of stuff, that's on there. So all sorts
Tremendous.
of information.
It all is in this booklet. However, this booklet is no longer printed.
Oh, okay, so
It
the
is
app
now
is actually
online.
replacing the hard copy.
Yes.
Some of it, yes.
Yeah,
Not
so
all of it, but
you can go in there and find this page, which is an excellent source of reference. You're looking at a marker, you're not quite sure, you don't quite remember what that marker was
Yeah.
for.
You can find out on
You can find it on that.
Fantastic.
So it's a great one, and it's fun to go through and have a look. And certainly if you've got kids on board, it would be something for them to explore and really learn a lot about safe boating and what things mean. And you could ask them to go and find that marker. What does it mean? What should we be doing? And it's a good way to get your children involved in boating safety.
Absolutely. And the Safe Boating Guide is also available through your website, through to the Transport Canada website.
Yeah.
And viewers, if they don't have a phone, they can download that on their computer
Yes.
and
research it.
And research it there.
And then this is another brochure that's available. It was put out by the Canadian Safe Boating Council. And it basically has the same kind of information. And we hand this out at festivals and events, and so do a lot of the other marine organizations.
Wonderful. So tell us a little bit about some of the festivals and events that you're going to be at, spreading the safety message in the next few months.
We'll be doing the Heritage Day parades, and we are hoping to be at the fishing tournament at the end of May at the Brecon Boat Launch.
And of course, the Nanaimo boat bathtub races.
The bathtub races. We do silly boats.
Yes.
We have boats on the water for the dragon boats. All the races throughout the summer. Basically every weekend in July there seems to be an event or a festival and something happening. So
Busy times.
you'll see us
Yeah.
out there lots. We'll have Bobby, our little robotic rescue boat there, talking to the kids, talking about wearing life jackets and everything.
We're very proud of our new trailer. It's very good set up, and we can show boating safety and all this equipment to people walking past.
Yeah, so it's bright yellow, so you'll recognize us.
Very much
We're
so.
hoping to have it in the parade in the middle of May, so that'll be good.
So the classroom training that you do is generally in sort of K to grade 6?
Yeah, we focus on grade 2, 3. That's our
Okay.
primary focus area, and then we extend it because we really want to make sure all children are introduced to the concept of what can I do? If we're on the boat and something happens, how can I help save a life?
What's the number one thing you tell children? What are the top 3 things that they can do
Well,
in an
how to call for
emergency?
help.
Yep.
You know, just stay
They
in the
all-
boat. Don't try to.
They all know how to use a cell phone. So to show them star and how it star 16
And
pound
especially a cell
16.
phone in a Ziploc bag, that's
Yes.
going to actually work.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how to call for help, how to use the safety equipment. You know, what do you do with a baler? You know, and that you don't
And
have
it-
to have a commercial one. You can have a homemade special, and this is everybody's favorite baler.
Cheap and cheerful.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what they can do, and that they are able, you know, wear your life jacket so that if something happens, you are going to be okay. You're going to float. You're going to stay. And tell your parents to wear their life jackets. They're no
Yeah.
good to you if they sink.
No, exactly. Or fall overboard.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it's the parents that fall overboard.
Yeah.
You know, like that incident in Cowichan Bay.
Yeah.
You know, it was the mother, the father, and one child in the water, and a 5-year-old in the boat.
Imagine
And
the
they were
horror.
able to.
And the child didn't know how to use the kill switch. So when I heard that, I said to Debbie, okay, that's something else we add to our
Yeah.
boat classroom training is teach them where the kill switch is,
And how to pull it.
Yeah.
Simple thing.
how to turn that motor off instead of having it going around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you have the misfortune of having an accident in the water, especially in the ocean, I mean, that is very, very cold water. Even in August, that's going to be very, very cold. So hypothermia will set in very quickly.
Yeah.
What can people do to prevent that if they do actually end up in the water?
Oh, stay with the boat.
Stay with the boat.
Always. Don't think you can swim to shore. Always stay with the boat because the boat can be seen a lot better than one single person swimming. And huddle,
Yeah.
stay together.
We have a video we show, and it teaches the children the huddle position for everybody joining in and making a little circle and knees up and tucked together and keeping yourself warm.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
boats are buoyant. They may be upside down, but they are buoyant. So if you stay with
Stay
them,
with
at
the
least
vessel.
part of your body can be up out of the water. And that's why when we tell the children, you're all wearing life jackets, I said, make sure your parents do.
Yes.
There was a tragic story of a father who didn't wear the life jacket. Boat flipped, the children wore life jackets, and they survived, but the father died from hypothermia.
Wow.
It's a tragic
That
story.
is tragic.
so preventable.
So preventable. So
Yeah, and
preventable.
adults need to wear them as well. You know,
And not just have them aboard.
Yes.
No.
That's
It's no good to
the
if
number
it-
one mistake.
packed
No,
away.
Exactly.
And the thing is the inflatable life jackets don't count. If you're not wearing it, it's not a life jacket. It's
Good
required
point,
by
Debbie.
Transport Canada that it's on your body,
Yep.
not just on the boat.
Yep.
So if you're not going to wear it, then you have to have these, which are the foam ones, the ones that are always buoyant. But these are not unless they're on a body.
Now, what makes that buoyant?
So inside these, they have a cartridge which inflates.
Okay.
And this is something most people need to do should do with their inflatable one. Open it up and find out what you have to do to actually make it work if it doesn't self-inflate. And it's kind of interesting. Like, most people have never opened it. They don't know that they're yellow inside. They don't know where the cartridge is, and they don't know where the tube to inflate. And so you need to open it up and find it, because if you're in the water and you're in rough shape and you yank and it doesn't work, and there's no guarantee it's going to work.
Exactly.
You need to know exactly where to find this and what to do. Oh, you gonna blow it? Okay.
Let's see how long that takes. Now,
2,
mind you, you're floating in the water.
3,
It's cold.
4. The water's in your face.
Water's in your
5,
face. Might be bleeding or cut
6, 7. There it goes.
Yeah.
8. And you know,
And you're trying to open it up with the other hand
while you're swimming.
while you're, yeah.
So it's a minimum of 10 to get a full inflate. 10 puffs will give it to you.
Wow.
But that
This is-
takes
That's
30
a
seconds.
long
And this is
time.
why it is not recommended, or I don't even think it's legal for anyone under 16. Because anyone under 16 would have to manage all of this while they're trying to swim.
That's
You have to swim, you have to find it, you have to do it. You have to, it's a lot.
it is a lot. Give me the old-fashioned kind any day.
Yeah.
In terms of safety,
Yeah.
but most of us don't want to wear the heavy old-fashioned stuff.
Yep, they want these. These are worn a lot more by adults.
You see them, but you have to know how. So, it's important this time of year. Open it up and look at it. Blow it up. See how long it takes. It's easy to take the air out. You just press the center. And then check your cartridge.
Yep.
And if it hasn't been changed in 2 or 3 years, you need to look at it.
And those are dated, Debbie? There's a
No,
okay.
they're not. So
How would you know?
what you need to do is they do have instructions on the side.
Okay.
You need to look at the clip right here. Now this one has, where is the cartridge on that one? Okay, so this one, she's gonna pull that one, just lift it out. Yeah, so that one there has
This one
a
is
cartridge.
really-
Oh, that one, yeah, so don't pull
It's
that one.
sealed.
That
Yeah.
one's sealed in there. But they're hard
And
to
keep
find.
in mind, we're not having an emergency. This
No,
is
so
just
we're
here
not
on
gonna
set.
pull it. This
Look
is
how
just, so you look for the
long
green.
this takes. Yeah.
Yeah, and if it's there, then you're fine.
Yeah.
But what they recommend you do is every 3 years, you replace what they call the pill, which is the powder on the auto-inflate ones. And when this gets wet, the white part there gets wet, then it automatically inflates.
Oh, okay.
So if this piece fails, then this inflates. And you don't want it to do that.
No.
So the idea is you replace this every couple of years. The cartridge is fine for many more. It's this piece. And what you do is you remove the cartridge first, and then you unscrew the bottom part and pop this in. And there's a process there. Now I had another one here.
Joanne, you had a strobe light here that you showed us earlier
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
A good safety tool to have on board.
This is nice, especially in the nighttime. This can be seen many kilometers away.
Yeah, and they're waterproof.
Waterproof,
Yep.
battery operated. Check the batteries on those.
This one is manual. There is another one that's, I think, for $20 more. There's little inserts that go in here that as soon as you hit the water, it makes a connection. It'll automatically
Same
turn on.
concept as this.
Yeah.
Once this gets wet, it triggers it to work.
The water
So,
activation.
water
Yeah.
activation.
So it usually sits on your life jacket here, and then it'll turn on, and you're now alerting everybody.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and make sure your life jacket actually has a built-in whistle. The better quality ones do, the less expensive ones don't. And if you don't have one, put one on.
Good
because
idea.
that's your communication. If you're in the water, you can blow on this thing for a long time and get, you know, people to hear you.
Now, a lot of these things take batteries, so good idea to carry lots of spares on board. What's the best way to store batteries on a boat?
In a Tupperware container, keep
Yeah.
them dry.
There you go.
Salt is very corrosive.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
understand that if salt can get in there, they can corrode.
And check your batteries when the seasons change as well.
It's, you know, like the flashlights, make sure, you know, and like we checked today earlier our strobe, and our strobe was no longer working. So
Yeah.
it needed new batteries. And that's it, you know, check your life jacket, make sure that they're not showing red, make sure they're still good. Change these every couple of years, and they do have a date on the back, so you can change them. Make sure your waterproof
And
flashlights.
the app has a whole checklist of things to remember.
Fantastic.
So you just go
in
to
the
the app.
and in the boating safety guide as well, there's a
Yeah.
checklist.
I
Let's
like-
take a look at the emergency paddle here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this one's great. So this is a little folding one.
Yeah.
It's not going to move your 30-foot sailboat very far, but certainly is an extra paddle. If you could release it, there you go. It does the job. You know, you can get in there and you can paddle.
And that'll float, obviously.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
floating
Yeah.
and it's light and it's compact for a small boat. In a dinghy, it does the job nicely.
Wonderful.
So that's my favorite one.
This
You
is
know, and then, you know, you need to have some way of anchoring or stop holding your boat.
Yep.
So we have our little play anchor there to remind us. Survival blankets are great. If you get in trouble, hypothermia, you can wrap somebody in these, keep them warm. They do the job nicely.
wonderful. Well, Debbie and Joanne, thank you so much for all the work that you're doing to prevent any boating tragedies or accidents in the coming boating season. The biggest time is May through August,
Yes.
and most of the fatalities certainly happen during that time. So it's nice to know the decline is happening through wonderful education like yours.
Yeah, and
But-
people just need to take responsibility and check
Exactly.
and look at their equipment.
And we appreciate the work that you're doing with the safety checks on the boats, providing those kits for people that need them.
Great.
Good luck at all the festivals and events. And I understand on April 29th, you have a fundraiser at the Modern Cafe here.
Yes.
And you're launching your Squall beer, which is a fundraiser for
Yes,
for
and that's
SAR.
with Longwood Brew Pub, the
Excellent.
distillery. Yes.
And more details can be found on your website, which we've
Yes.
got on the screen.
Excellent.
So safe boating, ladies.
Thank
Safe
you.
boating to all our viewers. Enjoy the beautiful recreation we have out there. And thank you for joining us on Coast Connections. Stay safe out on the coast while you're connecting. And we will see you next time. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks a lot for having us.
Excellent. Yeah.